че ретроградна Венера и Меркурий, или те не са, ама ще се свързват с Сатурн.
Да.
Real... Are we live?
Yeah. Yes.
Hello. Ретроградна Венера и Меркурий. Hello, my astrology friend. Sorry, you caught up my conversation with Krasi before we start. Welcome to our astrology channel. And my guest today is sidereal astrologer Krasi Attasio, who will lead us through the month of February. She'll cover all 12 signs. Plus, she's offering readings for the year ahead at a nice discount for any of Astrolada's viewers. I'll put a link below if you want to connect with her for private personal reading. Krasi personally for personal readings uses sidereal astrology, which is like the ancient Babylonians, Egyptians used, Sumerians, and should give you a very different perspective. Not a horoscope that you normally read, like Western astrology. Very, very different perspective from ancient astrology. But now I want to hear your perspective on February from Babylonian sidereal astrology.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Wada, for this nice introduction. February will be month of relief, as we just mentioned, because Venus is entering sidereal Pisces, and this is her place of exaltation. The whole month of February, she will be in Pisces, and this is indeed her place of literally best blessing, because she's very powerful, very joyful. In Pisces, I love her. In Pisces, she is an evening star. This makes her even more powerful, because as an evening star and in the night sign of Pisces, she's even more joyful and powerful. And we can see her on the evening sky. This means, and she'll be very bright. It means when the sun is setting, just after the sun is setting, almost immediately, you will see Venus for quite a long time on the evening sky. Connect with her energy. This always gives a very beautiful feeling. Really, it cannot be explained. Every time I see Venus on the evening sky, especially, I cannot explain the feeling.
She's stunning now. She's stunning. You see it like still
Yeah.
like a diamond in the sky, and
Yes.
then Saturn is close to it, very
Yes. Yeah, you
not
see
so
Saturn.
bright. Then you see Jupiter, it's like a yellow star, and then you see Mars like a bright red star. So they're like the parade
Yes,
of the planets of
exactly. Exactly.
one
But I really watch
another.
mostly her, because I love this energy so much. So people can see it after the sun sets every time. Now, Venus in Pisces, this is one of the beautiful things. She is in Pisces, which is the natural 12th house of the zodiac, where we pay our bad karma. So I believe she will help us to feel better, to help us go through these karmic lessons easier. Health-wise, she's very good. Financially, she may bring some relief. But when we go to the 12 through the 12 signs, I will speak which sign will benefit the most from her presence in Pisces. But there is one event also, two events which are also very important. One is the direct motion of Uranus. Uranus now is retrograde, and he's in the very last degrees of Aries, and beginning of April, he's entering Taurus, where he will stay for almost 7 years. But now in 2 days, he's turning direct. This is big deal. Who is Uranus? Uranus, I don't know even already anymore what is the right pronunciation. But if we take Mercury to be a ruler of our thought, uh, intellectual properties, Uranus is the higher vibration of Mercury, and he's the divine wisdom. And he turns direct. And I see this as a good thing, because when he's retrograde, he doesn't like to be retrograde, because he's related to the new era which is coming, the era of Aquarius. So it is good that he's turning direct. He will help us this transition process from the old to the new. I see this as a good thing. Of course, this is happening in degrees which are a little bit critical. The degrees of Aries, the last degrees of Aries are critical. When he turns direct, actually, this can be positive for the amazing knowledge and wisdom that he's capable of giving us. People who have sidereal uh, ascendant, sidereal Aries, for example, now will have a little bit of relief that their, let's say, projects, works will maybe have some better development of, or movement. So this is a very important situation. Then Saturn on 18th of February becomes invisible. This is big deal. Saturn becomes invisible in the 25th degree of Aquarius. He's powerful, powerful. Of course, in Aquarius, Saturn is the old ruler of Aquarius. In Aquarius, he's on a throne, strong, and he turns invisible. He will be invisible until 30th of April, and he will become visible in Pisces. But about April, we'll speak later. Now, Saturn is known that when he becomes invisible, he descends into the netherworld and he takes with himself what he represents. In Aquarius, Saturn in Aquarius brought the changes that you know about. We are all witnessing. I don't need to repeat. And you know, since 2023, how many changes he brought in the structures, in the social system, which which is the reality that we share in the rulership, people which rule. And now when he turns retrograde, invisible, sorry, he will take with himself some of the old um, traditional, maybe um, governmental rulership, let's say rules. Something new will come, really new. But this will feel better later when he becomes visible in Pisces. But in the meantime, elderly people can go. He represents that too. Old traditional rules, and always very harmonious. It is like it has to happen this way. We cannot oppose the deeds of Saturn. It is all directed by the creation, by the creator. So it follows certain
Yes,
logic. And
the sound keeps coming in and out a little bit. The moment you turn just a tiny bit from the microphone and it goes off and then it comes back, it's kind of strange.
so if I speak like this, how is the sound?
It's still kind of muffled. What if you don't have a microphone? How that? There is no sound now. Sorry about it.
No, I apologize. Is there sound now?
There is, it's just you have to constantly stay without moving your head.
I will do that. I will do that. So is this okay
Okay.
now? I will not
Yes.
move. Do you hear me now
Thank
well?
you.
I will see. This
Yeah.
is a new microphone, but I will be very, very close to the microphone. So speaking about Saturn, also he becomes invisible in very spiritual degrees. So everything is very much very divine. It is for good that he becomes to. We will get rid of things which we have to in order to have evolution. So this is all very good, but unfortunately, some things will end. Things that we like, elderly people will go. Some rulers will go and will be changed by new because this has to do also with the governmental structures and so. But this is important. Saturn becomes invisible. Uranus, I mentioned. And interestingly, Wada, at the moment of the invisibility of Saturn, Mercury rise is visible. This is key thing, like exactly something new information, something good. Like he's the messenger, new
Mhm.
knowledge, maybe even new study, something new will come out, So none of this is bad. Also, end of February, Mars becomes direct in Sirius, conjoining Sirius. This is also
Yeah.
good. Could be that a new person, new guru, some help, very divine, because Sirius is a very serious, like royal star. So these are not bad things. And even though March will be heavy, I believe somehow this is happening for good. So And now, saying this, if you want, we continue with the 12 astrological ascendants. For the people who listen to us for the first time, I will say we look from the two perspectives: the perspective of the ancient sidereal astrology, and also the modern tropical astrology. So let's say you have ascendant Aries, sidereal. This will be tropical modern astrology, Taurus. If you do not know at what time you are born, please apply your moon sign. Say you have a moon in sidereal Aries, this will be tropical Taurus. I think we're clear, with this. I hope you hear me well, Wada.
Yeah, someone said that your microphone, because it's new, must be over gated to muffle background noise. So it's muffling your. We'll talk about later so you can fix it in the future.
But you
Okay.
hear me without interruptions.
Yes, now I hear you very well.
I'm very close. I will try to fix it. I thought it works, but okay. So we're starting with people who have sidereal ascendant Aries or moon in Aries, or if you're following modern tropical astrology, this will be Taurus. For you, Mars, your ascendant ruler, is in Gemini. This is actually not bad because probably now you're very driven to study communication, to revisit old studies, maybe. This is a little bit challenging for maybe you need to be more diplomatic with brothers and sisters, and also more, how to say, balanced when it comes to studying with quiet your mind in order to have good studying results. On 24th of February, Mars becomes direct, and maybe this is for good because if you had some delays in your things, if you feel a little bit, maybe even frustration, this Mars, when he becomes direct, will be very helpful for you. Now, for you, Saturn becomes invisible in your 11th house, and this is related to gains. And could be that with this, you have changes in projects, in financial plans, but also could be that some friendships will be gone for new to replace their space, if you want to say so. Venus enters her exaltation place, and this is your 12th house. This is very good for your health, for solving, let's say, if you have some sleep problems, she can help health wise. She can give you very positive mood. She actually can be very, very great blessing for you. Mercury becomes visible, and in terms of communication, and this is also in Aquarius, new financial projects. This can be very benevolent for you. Of course, be a little bit more attentive and careful with children because of the phase of Saturn in your 11th house, and more diplomatic with friends, with people who share your, social circle. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Taurus or moon in Taurus. And if you're following modern tropical astrology, this would be Gemini. For you, Saturn becomes invisible right on your 10th house, and this can be related to some changes in your career. Changes really like something old will go, new rules, new patterns, new routine can come after April. But now the old can go. In addition, Mercury will give something interesting, some new ideas related to your career. Also, be a little bit responsible for your health. Be a little bit careful with hidden enemies. People who, be a little bit careful whom you share your thoughts, plans, projects. Venus will bless your finances and your children when she will be in your 11th house. This will be very good. Your friendships, she can surprise you with good, even connections, good new people, and so. And now we look at people who have sidereal ascendant Gemini or moon in Gemini. If you're following modern tropical astrology, this would be Cancer. For you, Mars on your ascendant now will be direct on 24th of February on a very important place. This is the star Sirius, and this is a star which can actually bring something positive and new in your life, like people who play important role, people on a key position, or some blessing from above, which will be related to your future plans, um, uh, gains, connections. So this will be very interesting. In addition, on 18th of February, Saturn first becomes invisible on your ninth house. Could be that you, with these old philosophies, unneeded, heavy religious thoughts can go to be replaced by something new. But this will happen in April. Could be that your spiritual guru, let's say, will go and you need somebody else. This is one of the things. Very good will be Venus for you on your 10th house to bless your career, plans. She will give you blessing also on your relationships, on the way you feel, on your well-being. So this is a very good blessing of Venus. In addition, if you have a little bit the financial delays, also the fact that Uranus on your 11th house becomes direct could also be helpful, but be a little bit attentive and careful with children. Now we look at people who have sidereal ascendant Cancer or moon in Cancer, or if you're following modern tropical astrology, this will be Leo. For you, Leo, for you, Cancer. The moon appears for the first time in Aquarius, your eighth house. This is very spiritual place, very, can give attention on finances of your partner, even good developments. But on 18th of February, Saturn becomes invisible also on your eighth house. Could be that this is related to the finances of your partner or finances via all kinds of different unexpected sources. And could be that when Saturn becomes invisible, um, something old or old way of making money will go to be replaced by something new, but this will more be related to your partnership money. In addition, uh, Venus will be the whole month of February exalted in Pisces to trine your ascendant, and this is really brilliant for you in terms of protection, well-being. She can bless travel, studies. She will even make good aspect to your 11th house of gains and children, and all this will be very good. In addition, the Uranus, who is retrograde now, will turn direct, and during the whole month of February, he will be direct on your 10th house. So if you had some delay or you felt stuck a little bit in your career, this will also mean a little bit of movement finally. Of course, Mars is also on the 24th of February becoming direct on your 12th house. So if you have some health matters or unresolved issues with people, enemies, this can also be helpful. And now we look at people who have sidereal ascendant Leo or moon in Leo, or if we're following modern tropical astrology, this would be Virgo. For you, your ascendant ruler, the sun, it will be first half of the month on your sixth house, then the sun will enter the seventh house to join Saturn, but in both halves of February, the sun will be in Saturn in places, and this is very good for you to organize your stuff, to complete matters related to administration, and actually you can benefit a lot, like work with institutions and stuff. Saturn becomes invisible on 18th of February in your seventh house. This could be a little bit challenging for your romantic life. So make sure that you are diplomatic, harmonious with your partner. Could be that this will mean replacement of agreements, contracts with people, businesses. You may complete business and to start something new after April, for example, something like that. Then also Venus exalted will be on your eighth house, and this can be benevolent for the finances of your partner or finances via unexpected sources. So this could be something good. In addition, Uranus becomes direct on your ninth house to help you resolve matters related to studies or philosophical studies or religious, spiritual learnings and so. or let's say you had unresolved matters which come from abroad. Uranus can also be very helpful in this and help you find your true spiritual philosophical calling. This is also important. Then Mars becomes direct in your 11th house. He can also help you with resolving financial matters, resolving, let's say, matters with friendships, finding your true path when it comes to planning and so. But also because he comes direct in 11th house, conjoining Sirius, could be that some new connections, some new important person comes to support you, or even this can mean spiritual support. And now we look at people who have sidereal ascendant Virgo or moon in Virgo, or if you're following modern tropical astrology, this would be Libra. Now for you, mid-February, Mercury becomes visible in Aquarius, and this could be very good. This could mean something very positive in your routine environment, positive health development. Let's say you have some matters health-wise that you need to resolve, or let's say you need healing for something, or let's say you are studying health, like many people with Virgo ascendant do, health, studying the true medicine, and you felt you're stuck and you do not find the true knowledge. Mercury will help you to find the true information and knowledge, especially after mid-February. This will be something very good. And Saturn becomes invisible 18th of February. He takes the old with himself. Even he can help you solve health matters, but of course, depends how he's placed in your personal horoscope. But when Saturn becomes invisible, he can also help you to get rid of something old rules, old, let's say, limitations in your work, in your career development. So this can be positive. Venus will give you true blessing because the whole month of February she will be in Pisces. Really very good because she'll be exalted and she can help you heal your marriage or partnership matters. Even she can help your business entrepreneurship. She can be very, very blessing and very healing and helpful. Mars turns direct on your 10th house, and with this, he may help you with resolve matters with your career. Let's say you were stuck. Let's say you needed new ideas, new energy, new motivation. Actually, after 24th of February, Mars can help you with that too. So, and now let's look at people who have sidereal ascendant Libra or moon in Libra, or if you're following modern tropical astrology, this will be Scorpio. For you, Venus rules you, and so beautifully she will be exalted in your sixth house to give you healing, to motivate you in your work, in your routine, to research health as well. You know, she can be blessing in many ways to help you resolve conflicts. She can be true blessing. In the meantime, Mars on your ninth house on the 24th of February becomes direct. Actually, this can be even good. He can give you drive to study, to travel, find motivation in studying and researching spiritual knowledge, philosophies, religion. So this can be positive. Also, Uranus is turning uh, direct now on your seventh house. And if you felt a little bit challenging times in your romantic life, Uranus will be less challenging now, in February in particular. Of course, you will be more relieved, I believe, once he leaves Aries, and this will be the beginning of April. In addition, um, Saturn becomes invisible in your fifth house. At the same time, Mercury becomes visible in your fifth house. This is good because this Saturn can take away some new, let's say you felt limited in your artistic work. Let's say you felt stuck a little bit and not very creative. But the appearance of Mercury will help you to find new creative study, to feel motivated, to feel also amused in your talented work and so. But when Saturn becomes invisible, he can take with himself the old patterns in your artistic work, let's say, in making money. So this can be benevolent, but you will see the presence of Saturn bringing something new in April, even end of April. And now let's look at people who have sidereal ascendant Scorpio or moon in Scorpio, yeah, or if you're following modern tropical astrology, this will be Sagittarius. Now Mars is ruling you, of course, with Pluto, but Mars is now interesting because he becomes a direct end of February, on 24th of February, on your 8th house. He can make you very driven to esoteric, secret knowledge, research. This can be benevolent and give more motivation to your partner to make money, let's say. So, in terms of esoteric, spiritual knowledge, this can be benevolent for you, can make you very motivated to research, let's say, the hidden. Venus is entering the fifth house of yours, exalted in Pisces, very good for your love life, for children, even for creative work. She will be true blessing and she will give you muse to create something, and she can be blessing for gains and money even. Saturn becomes invisible in the fourth house, and he, in the same moment, this is mid February, Mercury becomes visible fourth house. Now, this, of course, will show that mm, something will be changed. It could be related to even property. You can have later, when he becomes visible, you can have totally new plans related to home, relocation. Be a little bit more attentive with parents and their health a little bit. But Mercury will give you some new ideas, new plans already. Um, Also for your work, for your home, and this will already be the fact uh, after mid February. In addition, Uranus is turning direct in your sixth house, and if you felt a little bit stuck in your routine with people who work with you, who share your routine environment, or a little bit of conflict in environment, when Uranus turns direct, most of this will be solved, or at little bit, or at least you feel relieved. Also, health wise, he can be more benevolent when he is direct and give you true solutions, let's say. Um, Now we look at people who have sidereal ascendant Sagittarius or moon in Sagittarius, or if you're looking from the perspective of the modern tropical astrology, this would be Capricorn. For your Jupiter, your ascendant ruler is in the fifth house. He's also turning direct beautifully in your sixth house to bless your routine environment, to help your health, let's say, and just to help you have peaceful routine environment. You'll feel better when he becomes direct. In the meantime, Venus will be exalted the whole month of February in your fourth house to bless your parents, home, to make you feel well with Venus in Pisces. In the meantime, Saturn on 18th of February becomes invisible in Aquarius. This is your third house. You may most probably will abandon some old studies to replace them by something totally new after April, of course. But now Saturn will take with himself the old, and also, it means that you may need to be a little bit more attentive, careful with brothers and sisters. Mercury becomes visible also after mid February in Aquarius, your third house. This could be new study, new knowledge, new commercial ideas, new travel plannings, and this Mercury will be good for you. Mars is turning direct in your seventh house, especially end of February. Be more diplomatic and careful with your partner when you will be, let's say, negotiating. Probably be more careful, especially after 20th of February, because Mars will be having a bit critical phase. And now let's look at people who have sidereal ascendant Capricorn or moon in Capricorn, or if you're following modern tropical astrology, this would be Aquarius. Now for you, Saturn is your ruler, and he is becoming invisible mid February in your second house. This could mean some important changes related to your family roots. So, be diplomatic, careful also with family members. Um, there would be change maybe related to them. Financially, also Saturn can say, I'm closing this door later to give you some new financial options or opportunities, but this will be after April, after he becomes visible. So in the same moment, mid-February, Mercury becomes visible in Aquarius to give you some new ideas, new projects, actually even to bless your finances. In addition, also on 24th of February, Mars is becoming direct in your sixth house, and maybe with this, he will solve eventual conflicts or some disharmony related to health. So, for people with Ascendant Capricorn, the Saturn in emotions are very, very important. Saturn is very powerful in Aquarius, but of course, when he becomes visible, he's changing a little bit his nature. So you will certainly feel this and be open to the change eventually, which he will mean for you and which you will feel later after April. Now we're looking at people who have sidereal ascendant Aquarius or moon in Aquarius, or if you're following the modern tropical astrology, this will be Pisces. February is very important for you because also the moon appears for the first time for the month of February in Aquarius and conjoining Saturn. So very important for you, like the whole emphasis is on you yourself, your own decisions, the changes which are ahead, because for you on the 18th of February, Saturn becomes invisible and your old plans, the old you will go and you will be different. You'll be eventually having new plans, new ideas, new projects, totally new because Saturn becomes invisible and later on 6th of April, still invisible, he's entering your second house. So really, you will experience change because the heavy energy of Saturn will leave your ascendant. But also, like I told you, now he becomes invisible. So many of the old plans, ideas, work, even um, also, the way you perceive health, the way you perceive your karma, also spirituality, all this will be changed. Your personal plans for your life, for your future will also experience change. This is for sure. And Mercury for good also mid-February becomes visible on your ascendant. And maybe, most probably, he will bless you with new plans for creativity because he rules the fifth house and the eighth for spirituality, creative plans, plans to make money, and so on. So this is good because this is information and information is wealth. In addition, Mars becomes direct. I mentioned this in Gemini, for you in the fifth house to give you new drive to new study of creativity, to new talented work, new ways of making money, and so. Also, Venus in your second house will bless your finances, and this is very good for you. And Jupiter is turning direct in your fourth house to bless your parents, home, and work. So this is good for you. And now the last one, Pisces, sidereal Pisces or moon in Pisces, or if you're following modern tropical astrology, this would be Aries. For you, Venus will be the whole month of February on your ascendant exalted, and this is really very good. You will feel so well with exalted Venus on your ascendant, really, really very well. And in the meantime, in your 12th house, Saturn becomes invisible on 18th of February. Could be that with this he takes away some hidden enemies. He can even help you to resolve health matters, like he can take away with himself something old. And later on, when he reappears, 30th of 30th of April on your ascendant, totally new things will make your mind busy. You will be having totally different influence of Saturn, but this is for later. Now, Saturn will also make big changes related to health matters. Maybe he helps you and to resolve matters with hidden enemies. Mars becomes direct on your fourth house, maybe to help you resolve matters related to property, real estate. Of course, in the meantime, because we do not know how Mars is placed in your personal horoscope, be a little bit more attentive and, loving with parents. In the meantime, Jupiter turns direct in your third house to help you travel, study, and this is very fine. Even he will trine your seventh house to bless your romantic life. But Venus on your ascendant is also blessing your romantic life, studies, courage. You will feel very well. So, ladies and gentlemen, with this, I'm completing the 12 ascendants from sidereal and both tropical perspective.
Thank you so much, Krasi. Always so concise, on point. People love and look forward to your forecast. Thank you again. If you'd
Thank
like to
you.
connect with Krasi, I'm putting a link below to book a personal reading with you for 12 months ahead using sidereal astrology, looking at your chart. So thank you very much. Thank you, Krasi. Thank you, everyone,
Thank
for
you,
joining.
everyone. Thank you, Wada. Bye.